After our affair, I swore that I'd leave Dublin. And in that line, I'd left behind the years, the tears, the memories of you in Dublin. How can I leave the town that brings me down, that has no jobs, is blessed by God, and makes me cry? Dublin. Dublin formed me, definitely. No matter how long I live away from this city, like, I will always be a Dub. The fact that I was like the black girl was something that was like always spoken about and that was always made an issue of. One of the things that was like the hardest thing for me to deal with was the feelings of like intense and extreme isolation, in that I had nobody to talk to about any of this stuff because I simply just didn't know any other black people. So I remember like when I first moved to Rialto and I was out playing like with the kids in the area, and we were doing like a dip, and it was like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a nigger by the toe. I'd never heard that word before in my life. And I was probably with like a big American accent on me, was like, oh, what's a nigger? And somebody was just like, you are. And I remember someone hitting me, and I was like, oh, God. It became quite charged. I was like, I'm gonna go inside now. And I went in and told my mum, and I can't remember what she said. But that kind of thing was quite common, certainly. I got really paranoid when I was a teenager, and I just didn't even like people looking at me because I always felt like I was under scrutiny, like I kind of was always under scrutiny. Even if it was just curiosity, it was just like it would happen so often. So for every person that's doing it to me, maybe it's their first time doing it, maybe I'm the first black person they're seeing, but this is happening to me all the time. When I was a teenager, I used to go down to Caherrow. I used to go to the Gaeltacht in the summers, and like my appearance down there was like conversation stopping. Like I'd walk in somewhere and like literally silence would fall. But these things haven't all magically been cured. These problems haven't all been solved. But the thing is now, if I was growing up, like I have black Irish friends now. Now I would have people to kind of share those experiences with and talk to about this stuff, and kind of like you'd have a support network. Whereas before it was me on my own, and friends and even family members wouldn't really get it. I think the concept of what constitutes Irishness has expanded a lot in the years since then. And I think there's really exciting and inspiring changes happening. But certainly when I was growing up, it was a very, very, very homogenous, very socially conservative country. And the idea that you could be not white and be Irish, the idea that you could be black and Irish, wasn't really something people could seem to be able to get to grips with. I'm a Dub, and no matter how long I am away from this place, it really formed the person that I am. Coming back to Dublin and just immediately experiencing, even from the moment you get in the taxi, the quality of conversation amongst Dubliners and Irish people more generally, just the way people speak. The attention paid to conversation and orality is just something in my experience that is incomparable. Having left here so long ago, living in the UK, now being back, but about to go back to London, I've just been thinking about this song a lot. And these 4 lines: how can I leave the town that brings me down, that has no jobs, is blessed by God, and makes me cry? God, now I'm actually feeling emotional. No, stop, because I feel like I'm gonna cry. Oh my God, Scarlett. I would say that I actually have a really great love of Dublin now and being Irish, which isn't something I was able to say easily when I was a child.